Ebuka Songs, oh my gosh, Ebuka Songs is on my DM. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much, sir, for your interest. But I am sorry, I am in a relationship and I am actually okay with my relationship and I want to get married to the person that I am in a relationship with. Hello, Esther here. Thank you for stopping by. So I did a Q&A on Instagram and I asked that you asked me questions that you wanted to have me answer and that I will answer. And the funny thing is I got just one question. I was going to do this video because it was just one question. I was going to just answer the person directly instead of coming to the video. Then I thought about it. Why? I can actually start from one. And as we move forward, a time will come where I will have enough questions so that I won't even be able to answer all of them, right? So these are the days of little beginnings. Let's give our best to the days of little beginnings. That is why I have this video here. So I got just one question. I will answer the question and I will still make a topic out of that question because I think I want to really talk about it. So the question says, I already have it anyway in my head. In case you're wondering, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm using my phone to film. The question says, when are you likely to get married, or when do you wish to get married? So I will answer and then I will make a topic out of it. Okay. When do I wish to get married? Last 2 months, August 2024. I'm filming this video in October 2024. So that was like when I see myself getting married, but it didn't happen. And right now we're in October. Anyway, this month is my birth month. My birthday is in how many days? I think 19 days now. Well, I digress. The topic. Last 2 months is when I wish to get married. So I hope I answered that first part of the question. And then the other part, when are you now likely to? Because obviously my wish did not come to pass. So when am I likely to? Next year, let's say before my next birthday. Let me just put it like that. Hopefully by the grace of God, before my next birthday. So I've answered that question, right? Okay, let's get right into the topic that I want to talk about. It's still the same topic. It's related to the question, about marriage. When I saw the question, I said, let me even talk about marriage in general because a lot has been going on about marriage, this, marriage, that, this, that. Good things, but let me just talk about the things I have observed in these days and times. Yes. The first thing I've observed is that I noticed there is an unhealthy drive to get married to the right person. I will tell you why I said unhealthy. It is good to actually want to get married to the right person. It is a good thing, right? There's nothing unhealthy about it. But the drive I consider that drive unhealthy because it's getting to the extreme. It's getting to the extreme end. And so it looks like a lot of us are tied to this, let's get married to the one. Is there even a the one? Like, is there a the one? Like, is there... You get my point, right? So I just feel so. I don't know if I am not correct. Please talk about it in the comment section. Let me see what you have to say. But honestly, that's how I feel. I feel there is an unhealthy pressure. Not even pressure now, because this one is like a self-imposed pressure. We impose it on ourselves to want to get married to the right person, to the one. Some of us are not even yet the right person, right? But we want to get married to the right person. So I feel like that is one thing that I've observed in my singleness and in my environment and even on social media. You're with somebody who is good. Just one little thing, you have seen it as, no, this is not the person, this is a red flag, this is a purple flag, this is a pink flag. What is it? Hold on, like, calm down. Let's take it easy. And then sometimes on Instagram and on YouTube too, I see some videos like, 5 signs to show he's not the one, 5 signs to show he's the one, 5 things you would say that are red flag that she's not the one, 10 points or 10 things never to take from a woman. If she does this, just know she's not the one. I'm like, what is going on? What is really going on, eh? What is happening in my generation? Why? You guys, like, and sometimes I watch the video, what they are saying to me, that is not my own thing to show me that somebody's not the one. Do you get that? They've not even mentioned my own points. And so I'm like, really? Are you guys even really doing this? They're mentioning points that are like a priority to them. Okay, like 20 things never to take from a man, 10 things never to take from a lady. And when I try to just click the video just to see, not like I'm interested, really. So, but I just want to say, okay, so what is the person trying to say? They are making points. I'm not saying they're not making points, but to me, I feel like they even left out some vital points. And that just goes to say, there is no 10 things to not take from a man, 20 things to not take from a girl. Really, in my opinion, I feel like that should not be the case. Do you understand? That should not be the case. People are different. What matters to you might not matter to the person. Okay, the person might be saying, if the man doesn't pay for your dates, he's not responsible. That may not matter to somebody else. I know somebody who has a very great marriage and she paid for her trips all the times when she was coming to visit this other person that she got married to. I mean, the guy. And when I say trips, I mean her flight fare, flight tickets. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about transport for a bus. No, because they were not in the same city at the time. And they said this in their video, they have been married for long. I mean, if I call her name, a lot of you will know her, but I will not call her name. She's a YouTuber as well. I was really, really impressed to see that she bought this person a phone. She bought the guy a phone as a gift at a particular time when the phone was trending. It was a particular iPhone something, something, but then it was big. Do you understand? They have a great marriage today. What am I saying? I feel like the criteria that people look out for these days are just way over the top and totally uncalled for and unnecessary. Like, in my opinion, this is my opinion. You can share your opinion in the comment section. They are totally unnecessary and uncalled for. Do you understand? Because even you that's looking for a criteria in somebody else, have you thought about the criteria that somebody else might be looking for in a woman as well? I mean, if you're a woman looking for a criteria in a guy, have you thought about the criteria that the guy too will be looking for in a lady? Well, how about that? What if you don't have that? Okay, what if you don't have that? So I'll just say my generation is to reduce. And one thing about fear is the more you fear something, the more you're afraid of something, chances are that you might even fall into that thing you're scared of. God forbid. Job said, the things I feared are greatly come upon me. So you want to deal with your fears first before you talk about, okay, this is what I want in a man, this is not what I want. Because sometimes it's your fears you're projecting as your criteria, as your, what should I call it now? It is your fears you are projecting as your requirements that you want in a man. It's actually your fears. If you go deep, 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 some of them are your fears. Not all of them is a natural criteria. No, some of them are actually your fears. So you want to deal with your fears first, your concerns, your worries, your anxiety, things that are a problem to you as an individual. You want to deal with that first before you now come to say, okay, these are the things I want to see in a partner. Okay, so I have seen that play out a lot. And one thing about fear is, like I said earlier, it will actually end up coming on that person. And so I found out that so many people, because of their fears, it looks as though they don't want to settle for less, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. What is your definition of settling for less? Is it actually less, or it is just not feeding your fears, or it is just not giving you the assurance that your fears have? Let me explain this in a very clear term. There are some assurance that you can never get from a partner, whether a guy or a girl. It's only God that you can get it from. And so let us not go about seeking it in humans, seeking it in people, and wanting that assurance. Not that they will tell us, but we're seeking for something that will give us the validation or the assurance that yes, we are with the right person. See, sometimes if it is something that you got from your fear, is most likely God, the word of God, a sermon, a preaching, maybe a dream, a revelation. Those things are the things that will give you the assurance you're looking for in a partner or in getting married to somebody. So assurance that you need is not in the mouth of a man or a girl. It's not in the attitude of them. It's not in their character. It's not in what they do or what they don't do. Sometimes it's in the word of God. It's in the things that God will reveal to you. I've seen so many testimonies, about people that trusted God for their marriages, and towards the time that they were going to be with this person, there were so many confirmations that led up until they are saying yes to this person or they are saying no to this person. So the confirmation came from the supernatural realm. It was beyond the partner. It was beyond, he treated me like this, she treated me like this, she did this for me and she did that for me. So I'm just saying, let's come off of the concern and the fear of making sure we are getting married to the one. That's just my request. Let's come off it. Okay, there are so many the ones in this life. There's so many children of God in this life. So there are so many the one. Not that there's no particular person. So let's come off of that. Okay. Yes, Jesus is coming soon. See, if nobody told you this, I know you must have been hearing this for 10 years ago, 20 years ago, even when you were born. You might be 30 years now and you've been hearing it since you were one, and Jesus has not come. But the truth is, it's drawing closer as the day come by. It's drawing closer. I know you've been hearing since you were 1 year. Now you're maybe 25 years old. Don't worry. It might be when you're 30 that Jesus will come. What am I saying? There is this narrative that marriage is forever. We're going to do forever. So we want to be extraordinarily careful. And that carefulness can be unhealthy, like I've said. You can't be as careful. Your life is not yours. The Bible says in Jeremiah, I know, O Lord, that it is not for man to order his steps. Your life is not yours. It is God that will order your steps. If you're that careful, you won't even come to this world. Let's talk about it. Let me assume every baby has the right to choose if they want to come to this world or not. Can you agree with me that most babies who are agreed to come to this world, they will rather remain in this baby world? So imagine they had to choose. Will they come to this world? They will not come. Because of course, the world that they were in, I don't know the world that they are when you the baby world obviously is way better for them than to come to this world and experience the suffering that is in this world. Do you understand me? So what I mean is they were not as careful. They had to come because why? It was the time for them to come. And so whatever they came to face, God was going to help them go through it and scale through it. And that is how so many people these days, even abandoned babies, Archbishop Benson Idahosa was an abandoned baby. I think they said his dad didn't want him or something. I don't know, but I know that when I read his biography, I saw that he was abandoned. His mom went to put him on top of a refuse dump heap, like on the streets. But I think she was influenced to do that, like by her husband or something. I've not really gotten, it's been a while. I already asked biography some. I need the book. I've given out the book if I need to buy another one because the whole giving out, took the book out of shape. So like I was saying, he later became Archbishop Benson Idahosa, even though he was abandoned, right? So what I mean is, if you're so careful that you don't want to live, okay, do you not want to die? Are you getting my point now? Is it making sense? Is it adding up? That's what I'm trying to say. So we are too careful. Why? Marriage is forever. Now I want to ask you, how many is forever, really? Like, how many years do you think is forever? Do you think forever is that you will live like Methuselah, 900 and something years? Your forever is just that you will live like 120 years. Right now, as I'm watching this video, you might be 21, 20, 25, 30. How many years do you have to go? Like, how many years? Let me assume Jesus does not come till like your years. When you say marriage is forever, it's forever, ever, ever. Please, how many years is your forever in actual sense? Is it like 900 years? Or is actually like just 80, 50 years added to your current age right now? Are you getting my point? I'm trying to make you see the statistics and the maths. Now, Jesus will still come in between that your years. You are not assured of your whole years that Jesus will not come. So, what came to my head, because there was a trend that was happening, one time on social media. I just went to church and it dawned on me, Jesus is actually coming, because the things that Jesus had said that we will see before he comes, almost all of them now has come to pass. So we're literally waiting for Jesus. Papa would say, Papa is the bishop, presiding bishop of Living Faith Church Worldwide. He will say, we are in the last days of the last days. As in, there are last days. Now he's saying that we're in the last days of the last. That means Jesus can come anytime from now. See, if you know that Jesus is coming, you will do what you have to do on time. I remember when I was small, I used to tell myself that before Jesus come, anytime I hear preaching about Jesus coming, I say, before Jesus come, I want to get married, I want to enjoy my life. But now my priorities have changed. I'm now big on before Jesus come, I want to fulfill destiny. Yes, getting married is part of fulfilling destiny, but I am so big on, am I preaching the word? Am I doing what I know that I have been called and created to do? It's different for everybody. You know what is your own destiny. I know what mine is. So what I'm saying in essence is, if you have that sense of urgency, you won't spend all your time trying to pick the bestest partner for you, because marriage is forever. Because even your forever is not even forever in actual sense. Like, the real forever is in heaven. That is where the real forever is, because it's in heaven that there is no end. Right? That's where there is no end. I mean, this is our life, this is our world. There is an end to it. Everybody, there's an end. Even though Jesus does not even come at the time that we think he's going to come. How much is your life? Like, okay, were you not just 10 years like yesterday? Please, how did you become 20 something now? Is it, I don't know if you're getting my point, but I really want you to get it. That I'm painting scenarios and painting pictures to let you see that. Come off of this, it's forever. I want to do it right. It's forever. You will do it right, but if you are so into the whole overly careful attitude, I don't know if you even have the confidence to do that at all. Yes, I don't even know, because your careful attitude will now become, it will not begin to turn, it will not look like it's anxiety. It don't look like you being careful again. Now, this is not to say that you should be careless, right? And can't make a wrong decision because of you're in a hurry. Not at all. But I'm saying, please, when you're making your decision, understand that time is not in your hand. Okay, you can wake up tomorrow and you hear the trumpet sound. Jesus has come. Yes, and he can come because all the things he had said that would happen have happened. So if you come, nobody will ask him that, Jesus, why did you come so early now? You'd have given us some time. No, because he had said something. If you want to see the things he said that have happened and you want to see how it has happened, leave your comments. I will make a video about that. I'll point out every single scripture where Jesus said this and this will happen, and I'll bring out scenarios with evidence that this was when it happened, this was when it happened, this was when it happened. Almost everything Jesus said will happen have happened. So it means we're expecting him anytime from now. Almost everything. Just remain like a few things. So if you want to see that video, I will make it more detailed. I'll make another video. Just leave a comment below and I'll make it. So what am I saying in essence? Let us stop sleeping and dragging our feet in carefulness. Yes, let us stop. We don't have all the time. To be honest, we don't have all the time. And I'm not even saying it like how old are you or your age. You might be 21, you might be 28 watching this video. This isn't about you, but I'm saying this is about us, the whole world at large. We do not have all the time. The other day was 2016. Now it's already 2024. And it looks so fast to me because I was just in 100 level in 2016. I just got admission. Right now, I have left school how many years after? 2024. So it looks super fast to me. Like, I'm like, how? Like, okay, am I the only person? Doesn't happen to you? I've not talked about it before that. Where did the time go to? How did the time run to this time? That just goes to tell you that, see, make your decision and make it putting time into consideration. I know how when I was in school, I'll be like, I'm not prepared for this course. I'm not prepared at all. I'm not prepared for this course. I'll be praying that the course does not come to hold. But then the one at the timetable, the course is on the first timetable. Have you ever had that encounter, that kind of situation before? You have exam coming here, but the timetable is not out, and there's some courses you have been reading. There are some that you have not read, and you have the need to read them. The next day, the timetable comes out, and that course is on the first, no Monday, 8 a.m. That is the course that you're having first as exam. What do? You act. You just have to act. Either you just focus on reading past questions only because it will help you, because you don't have all the time now to go from the beginning to the end, or you start cramming. You cram something and go and pour it in the exam hall. I do not advise it. I'm not saying it is good. Trying to say that may be your only option. Yes, at least it's better than going to the exam hall with any expo or any what they call expo anyways. What's even the English word of expo? We call it expo, but I think there should be an English word for it. Well, I don't know if you know, leave it in the comment section. But you know what I mean if you're Nigerian. If you're not Nigerian, what I call that is, going to the exam hall with examination malpractice. Yeah, that's what it's called, examination malpractice. That's not a good option. That's not what I advise anybody to do. So, what am I saying? If you are time conscious, not of your age, because some people see time conscious of age as pressure, and so they feel they don't want to give themselves pressure. Like if you use age to time yourself, it's as if you're pressuring yourself. So now I'm not saying you should be time conscious of your age. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you should be time conscious of the fact that what you call forever is not the actual forever. The actual forever is in heaven. This earth is not a forever thing. There is nothing you do on this earth that indicates forever. The real forever is when you go to the after earth world, and that is in heaven. So what am I saying? I'm saying stop thinking of this, it's forever. It will scare you, and you end up not making a decision at the end of the day, and your time is still counting. Your forever is still going to come either ways, whether you make a decision or not. So make your decision and take out the fact that it is forever out of your decision, because I just feel like human mind is limited. So if you keep thinking that something is forever, you'll be looking for more things that want to assure you that you are good to go forever, and you may never find that kind of thing. You may never, because sometimes it's when you take one step that you will see the road to take the other step. So if you're waiting here and see it's forever, you want to see all that is before you make the move, you might not be able to see that. It's not, God are not giving it to man to see tomorrow and next week and next year. Yeah, so make your decision not on a temporary criteria necessarily, but I mean, take away the whole it's forever. I'm going, we have to be careful. That marriage is forever. How careful can you be? How careful can you be? Just live by the things that are right. Live by the word of God. Live by the things that are right. I don't think it will be as hard to decide. Yeah. And then one more last point before I end this video. God still has sons. God still has daughters. That is a good statement. That is a good phrase. That is a phrase that speaks hope, right? That's a phrase that speaks don't be discouraged. Okay. While that is good, some of us have used that as an excuse to do what? To remain in our singleness and to be comfortable in our singleness. Not just remaining, but to be comfortable. Singleness is not bad. If you're watching this video, don't get me wrong at all. Some people are not even called to marry, and that is already stated in the Bible. Some people will be eunuchs, that is understood. Some people is not given to them to be married, right? Singleness is not bad, okay? I'm not saying that if you're single now, be thinking of your life. Far from it. I am also single right now. Yes, so far from it. But what I am saying is that some people have used that phrase as a reason to abuse great relationships that have come to them. Abuse relationships that are meant to be a blessing to them. Why? Because God still has sons and God still has daughters. It means you still have option. So if this one is doing anyhow, I can just throw it by the left. Why? I still have options. If this person is not, I don't want to work out anything. No, if it's not enough, I can just fling it to the, because why? God still has options. Now, that's not ideal. If we want to be honest, that is not ideal. That you have something in surplus does not mean that you should abuse it. Am I correct? That you have money does not imply that you should abuse money, right? You will not waste money because you have money. If you do, it will leave you. And you will not stop working because of you have made all the money in this world. So you can as well just stop working, even though you have not got to the age to retire and you don't have a reason to stop. Why? God will see it as pride. It's in the Bible of a man, who has stocked up his money, his resources and everything. And he said, now, my soul, go to rest. Why? I have labored. The fact, all these things I've stocked up, how many years will it take me to finish it? I don't think I won't finish it. And the Bible talks about how that's his mindset did not please God. What happened at the end of the day to that man? Was it that God struck him dead? Or was that he slept and didn't wake up? Yeah, I think so. He slept and didn't wake up. I'll put the scripture when I'm editing this video. I think it's in Ecclesiastes or somewhere, where it says, my soul, go to rest now. I have made money, I have planted, I can now relax. And the Bible talks about how that I think he slept and didn't wake up. If I'm not correct, I will correct it in written form in this video anyway. So what am I saying? That you have something in surplus does not imply that you should waste it. Where am I going to? That God has sons in surplus does not imply that you should waste the ones that you have met, because of, there is still more. That God has daughters in surplus does not imply that you should now abuse the privilege of the ones you have met. Why? Because you know that this one do anyhow, I'll go to the next one. There is still more. No. Everybody has a responsibility to put in their best with the one that God has given to them. Work it out as if that is the only option you've got. So you're single. You have a brother talking to you. You're beautiful. You know God. You know you have chances to meet another brother that may be better in quotes than this brother that's talking to you. And so any little thing or any breakup or any fight, you just let him go because, oh well, I have better options, right? I mean, I was just settling for you in the first place. So you leave him and you drop him by the wayside. In your mind, you are eyeing one brother you're seeing on Instagram. They're not like eyeing, but I mean, you know that brother on Instagram is single and he's seeing you. Maybe you people are like on your pages somehow, you know that when you post pictures, he likes your pictures. When he posts pictures, you too like his pictures. So in your mind, he's a better option. He's a better offer. Why? Even if this one does not work, I will fall back to that one. Please, if you're in that category, I beg you in the name of God, please run away from that thing. Run away from that lie of the devil. Be content with what you have. So when you're content with what you have, you will see that you're not seeing another person outside. You are content. You're not trying to say, if this person do anyhow now, I'll just leave this person and go to the next person. No. Why? Because you're content with what you have. Do you know that so many people too had Moses Bliss in mind before Moses Bliss got married? Do not, because of somebody else is still single and you know this person is spiritual, this person is man of God, this person is this person is that. You will not be doing one unnecessary shakara for your partner, so that anything that happens, you can just easily leave and just be. Why? Some people are single. Okay, now Moses Bliss is married. Right? Some girls has moved on, some haven't. They are fall back to the next person. Who is the next person? In case you don't know these people I'm talking about, in case you don't know these people I'm talking about, they're music artists. If you don't know music artists, I'll call them music ministers. That's what I'll call them. Okay, now Okobi Peterson is up next, right? Right now, as I speak to you, Okobi Peterson is engaged and married legally. As I speak at the moment, as I'm doing this video right now, but he's not yet married for white wedding. That's all that is remaining for him to get married to. Now, some girls obviously have moved on. They've moved on. Why? Because that one has gone. But some people have seen them move on. You know why? Ebuka Songs is still single. Okay, I don't know if he's single. I don't know if he's in a relationship. That's not for me to say. What I mean is that he's not married. Now, some people now, somewhere now, they are still hoping it can be me. Oh, it can be me. It can be this. Like, what is the problem? Like, what exactly is going on? Why is that the case for you? You get like, why are you holding on to that? And I'm talking about people that are popular. I'm not talking about people that are not. There's some people that I know that are not so popular. And some people will still hold on to them to say, okay, this person is a man of God. Yeah, I think, I can. What exactly? Like, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And then when these people now, when you meet them, they will not look like, I mean, when you not get to, let me assume, okay, let me assume God does it, and if because someone comes to you to say, okay, I want to, marry you or something, somehow, miraculously, you will work out that relationship so much so that you people will not break up. You people end up getting married. So how did you do it? Is it that he was so perfect and he didn't have any flaw? Or that there was nothing in him that was questionable? That as in, you people just tallied, that you people were made from heaven, matched for each other. How did it work out? It worked out because of you had made up your mind that this is where I want to be, right? Oh, Ebuka Songs, oh my gosh, Ebuka Songs is on my DM, oh my gosh. And so you put in all your best to ensure that relationship works out. Why? Because it is Ebuka Songs. Really? Exactly. That's my point. If it was the one that came to chat to you now to say, yeah, relationship, it's not going to work out to marriage. It's going to work out to marriage. So why didn't you have the fears you used to have? Why didn't you have the whole, it is forever, I want to be very, very careful? Because you have confidence in his person. You have confidence in the fact that it is him, because you have seen his life outside on social media. You've seen how he is serving God. And you can be sure that, yes, he will do right by you. Why? Because he loves God. And so that impression makes you work out every single thing to ensure that you people arrive at where? Marriage. Exactly my point. Now, understand that does not mean that he is perfect. That's also what I want to put out. He may not even be perfect in the first place. But because to you, he's a perfect catch. He's a perfect person for you because because someone is talking to me, oh my gosh, I'm all over the moon and every other thing. You will find out that you're able to meet up whatever situation and circumstances comes up after then, even though it doesn't turn out well, even though it might happen to be that you are not compatible, somehow you work it out, you people be compatible by force for you to be married. Why? You have made a decision. That is where I'm going to. That's the point I'm trying to make. Please, when you're with somebody, decide first and decide on time. So you work out everything. So you're not looking for any slight or chance to get a red flag and say, I'm not doing it again. This is a red flag. So you're not looking for any slight mistake to say, I am out. Because when, these popular people come to you to come and say they want to be with you, you don't look for red flags. You don't look for a way to say, I am out. Rather, you even feel privileged and honored to have them in your DM and to have them say they want to come and marry you. Why? Because you have confidence in their person. Like I would say, it's not because they are perfect or that they are a perfect match for you. No, but you work everything out. The way you work out your salvation, just to ensure that this relationship works. Why? Because you have decided. What am I saying in essence? Please decide. When you're with somebody, decide. Don't be of the impression that God still have sons, God still have daughter. If this one does not work, I'll go out. More sons are there, more daughters are there. See, I just used popular people as example. I'm not talking about the ones now that are not popular. That some of us are, you just have them on Instagram, you have them on social media, you're not using that one to have hope. Like, okay, they're not even married. They can come to me now. This one, that one. At least he sees my post, at least she sees my story, she watches my story. This is come off of it, please. Let us face the reality. Come off of it. Don't live your life based on guesswork and say, don't worry, it can still happen tomorrow. At the end of the day, it's only one person these people will marry. Most people married one wife. Okobe Peterson married one wife. Ebuka Songs to marry one wife. So imagine like 10 girls are on this thing. What happens to the 9? I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that relationship you have at hand is better than the one you are craving for outside that you don't have yet, because there is no assurance that they will come to you that you will have it. And if anything at all, you should be content with the one you have, unless the one you have is toxic. Unless it is really bad, then I 100% advise back out. But what I've seen in this my generation, and I'm making this video and talking about it, is that so many people are always quick to say, if you don't work, I am out. I have another option. I have a better option. And when you find out what the problem is, when you find out the root cause of the whole jumping up and down, it's not actually tangible. I'm not saying it's not valid, it's valid. But just one little something that you know that you can actually walk over and walk around it, but you make it a big deal and make it a red flag that you cannot do and put up with anymore. But when you now meet these big people that you look up to and you want them to come to you, when they now finally come to you, even though they have their own little red flags, you don't see it anymore. Yeah, you don't see it anymore. They become perfect to you. Why? You already had them in your head as perfect. Exactly the same way you should have your relationship in your head as perfect. So you're content with your relationship. So when somebody comes to you, you're satisfied. Right? I pray that the Lord will grant us understanding. I remember when I was in a relationship, and anyway, I had a relationship on YouTube. In case you are new here and you didn't meet it, we didn't have so much videos. It was like 3 or 4 videos. We didn't have so much. I remember when I was in a relationship, I used to tell myself, because I am somebody who like pastors, I find every pastor attractive. I don't know if I knew that girl, but that's just my choice, my spec. And why? It's not because of their suit or their dress or anything, but because of I am drawn to them by reason of their love for God, not even their anointing, but their love, the fact that their heart pants after God. I find it very attractive, right? That's the thing for me, because I love God. So when somebody who loves God, I am drawn to them. Now I remember telling people, everybody who knew about that relationship and knew about me and the relationship, I remember telling them that even if a pastor should come to me, and a pastor that I admire, to say that, okay, I've been seeing you, I like you, and I want to be in a relationship with you and all of those things, I was going to tell the pastor that, oh, thank you so much, sir, for your interest, but I am sorry, I am in a relationship and I am actually okay with my relationship and I want to get married to the person that I am in a relationship with. That was how content I was with that relationship. I was that satisfied. And I feel that's where everybody should get to in their relationship. It's not fair to be in a relationship with somebody and be wishing or be hoping that somebody else comes to you, I will just drop this one and go for the other person. It's not fair. If that's the case, then drop them now and be single on time. Exactly. Now, did we let that end the relationship at a point? Yes. But it was not on the basis of, I want to leave this person for this other person. No. When I became single. And I am single. Right? So, anyway, I don't think I want to talk about that. So I will not say, if you want to see it, ask me. No, don't ask me in the comment section. I don't want you to see it now. So, but then once the time comes, of course, I will, talk about the information, talk about the relationship, and talk about on what terms and on what basis or what did the breakup happen. Yeah. So, my dear, I hope with these 3 points of mine, I'm able to convince you and not confuse you that God's will for you is to get married. And you don't have to be extra scared or extra careful or extra this or extra that. Not everything is a red flag. Some things are pink flags. I'm not saying you should overlook them. You don't have to overlook them. But please don't make a mountain out of a molehill because you want to be careful. That's what I would just say. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. If we're all careful, we'll not even be living at all. If we're careful to choose where we'll come to, some of us will not even come to the country that we are today. if God gave us the option as babies to choose where we go to, right? Some of us will not even come at all to the families that we came to. But thank God we are here. The families have molded us, the country has molded us. We have come to love the families, we have become who we are today because of we are in that family, right? So just trust God. I know that getting married might not be 100% easy to make decisions to say yes to someone, but you need to know that you would have to say yes to someone one day at the end of the day. So just come to that point. Bring yourself to that point by yourself. What is my appeal? Work your way around your other relationship as well. Let it be satisfying to you. And I pray that God will help us make this decision on time and in time. Like I said, Jesus is coming soon. So you don't even have forever. Don't forget. So when the thoughts come to your mind that this is forever, forever, forever. Please, how many years is your forever, 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 forever? Even if Jesus doesn't come, how many years actually is your forever, forever, forever? The only forever we will have forever is in heaven. So if you are conscious of this, you will know that there is no time. You don't even have all the time to be on earth in the first place. You don't even have all the time to live and exist. At the time, you will still leave this world and go to where we all belong. And even if we don't leave this world, Jesus can even come before we even clock 50. Yeah, it's not as strong as that Jesus will not come next 2 years or next year. Exactly. That's my point. So if you know that Jesus will come, I just feel like it will give you this vision mindset. To give you this mission accomplishment mindset. You will not have the time to come and be overchecking and overchecking and overchecking because of there is a forever that you need to do with this. Come on, come on. Well, I love you. Trust me. I'm actually very vulnerable on YouTube and I am on any social media platform. I don't know why. So I have to say, I guess it's because I love you and I've always been a person who is passionate to show others the way if I have seen the way. And if I have not seen the way, let others know that I am still looking for the way. So in case you're looking for the way, you're not alone here. Don't feel weird if you have not found the way. Somebody too like you too is looking for the way. That's the kind of person that I am. And that is where, the passion for this YouTube channel came from. So thank you for watching up until now. And this is what I'll do. I will have my Instagram link in this description box, but I found out that I think so many people watch me on YouTube do not follow me on Instagram, and that is why I had just one question when I did the Q&A. So I will have my Instagram link down in this description box. I think it's already in my channel description, but I will still put it in this video. Please, if you're on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I only have Instagram and YouTube, so please follow me on Instagram. When next I do a Q&A, you would see it in my stories, and I think following me on Instagram too will make us know ourselves better. Yeah, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching up until now. If you did, thank you. I love you. Bye.